Welcome back to the bench and the bleachers. As always, I'm your host, Keenan Chagaskis, joined by my co-host, Alex Tanaka. I think we have the biggest news of the year, of the MLB season so far, and it's about potential expansion and realignment, as Rob Manfred was on broadcast. I believe it was Sunday Night Baseball.
Monday Night Baseball, I believe.
Yeah, suggesting this would be great for travel, which it would if he's expanding to have the divisions closer towards each other, marketing and appealing to networks in terms of setting up East and West conferences, because he talked about not losing the West Coast late games in the playoffs, having two Western teams play against each other instead of the Mets traveling to play the Dodgers at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is what would probably happen this year. Yeah, this is huge, and it really sets up what the end of his tenure is going to look like as the MLB commissioner, and kind of gives us a suggestion of where the MLB is going for the future.
No, I 100% agree. This sounds a lot to me like Manfred kind of wants this to be his legacy, if that makes sense.
Yes.
He wants this to be like his big legacy project is divisional realignment or even abolishing the American and National League, which I know people don't like, and I know there's tradition, but logistically it makes so much sense because every other sport where there's like multi-game series being played is split into East and West. Now football's different because they have the AFC and the NFC because of the AFL merger, but that's one game. That's not bad at all. But when you're dealing with 5-game and 7-game series, and you're like the Blue Jays going out west to play the Mariners, that's not fun. That's not good for fans. That's not good for fans at all. Nobody wants to be watching their team have first pitch at 10 o'clock local time. Likewise, if you're a Mariner fan, you don't want to be watching a game at 4 o'clock local. Like it should be like the World Series is different because you're going to be staying up for that. Like it's a
They
massive,
adjusted times a little bit, anyways. For
yeah,
that.
but it just makes sense to do
Yes.
it this way. It's long overdue.
Oh, 100%. Well, especially like he talked about the marketing side of it as well, and yeah, 100%. If you're able to line up two West Coast teams against each other, and then you can have, let's say, even two Central teams playing against each other an hour before, the Eastern teams an hour before that, you can line things up a little better, bring in more TV, like pitch it better to ESPN, all those major networks. But even as a fan, I
100%.
like that better.
Well, and I know like the argument is, well, what about all the great divisional rivalries? Well, those divisions, they're normally like those rivalries are teams that are close by each other.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think about like a really intense rivalry where it would be affected by divisional realignment.
There isn't.
Can't
They're
really
all
think of one.
very close. Like,
Can't really think of one.
Padres,
Can you
Dodgers are
Can you-
not getting separated.
Holy shit! Could you imagine if we got a division with the Mets, Yankees, and Red Sox in it?
Throw
Oh,
the Phillies in there too.
throw the Phillies in there, and then give Toronto a cakewalk division like Pittsburgh, Detroit, and Cincy. We're gonna run
Yeah.
that town. All
I
right.
think I think they're gonna go 8-team divisions though. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah. Well, I
'Cause,
think
like
you-
you
look.
follow
You,
after the NFL's 4 teams, you're gonna have a crappy division winner sneaking into the playoffs. Nobody wants that.
honestly, my absolute dream for this would be less games, less teams make the playoffs. I think
Less
because
teams make the playoffs.
100%. To me, what you do is if you're gonna do 4 divisions, right? Like 4 divisions of 8 teams. Super simple. Top 2 teams play each other and make it. That's the Eastern Divisional Series. Winners, then you go play the Eastern Series, and then you're done. Then you go to the World Series. Make the playoffs matter. Make it matter. It just to me like you can make. I think we should be done by October. This is my dream because if we're really going to analyze the way that Major League Baseball operates, 140 games would be great. 140 games, make them mainly in your division because if you want to focus on this divisional realignment and conference realignment, why not just make most of your games in your 8-man division? Make at least 75% of them that way, and because then that's going to make that race matter. Maybe you can even do the top 3. One gets a bye, and then we're getting 12 teams in there anyways, which is still okay. I don't. That's kind of isn't that where that's what we're at now? No, we're at 7 now.
We're at
Make it
12. We're
well,
6 aside.
seven per aside.
Okay.
6 aside. But
We're 6. Yeah, we're 6
I
aside.
know.
You're
This
good.
way you can keep it, but you get. I think my way is better
Okay.
because you just have two divisions on each. You have like the North, Northwest and Southwest, Northeast,
Yeah,
Southeast,
whatever
whatever.
they are.
And
I
then
was
I just think that's a much better way to do it. But preferably, you can just do four teams make it. My compromise would be five, and the best overall record gets a bye, and the best record in that Western Conference, whoever doesn't make it gets to play the number one team who doesn't get a bye. And you have five teams, and you have 10 teams in the playoffs, but less games, like less wear and tear on the bodies. That's my dream. Less
as
games.
much as that would, yeah, it is. I'll agree. It is a bit of a dream there. I was going to say the opposite. I think they'll expand to an eight-team playoffs per conference. Follow after the NHL's way of doing it, the NBA, not excluding the play-in. But if they're expanding and doing all this realignment, I think they just go to eight teams.
I'm going to be very honest, Keenan. There are not enough good baseball teams to play
Oh
playoffs.
no, 100%. And we
Like
can you can say that about the NHL and the NBA. You got crappy teams making the
I,
play.
I agree less so in the NBA and the NHL. I think Major League Baseball is the biggest amount of talent dilution in any of the major North American
Mhm.
sports. It's probably baseball. Like in hockey, at least guys can win. Like we've seen eight seeds beat one seeds, like both sides of the bracket. Basketball as well. Like just every player is so good now in basketball. Like the playing tournament's actually fun and relevant. Baseball, I don't really think there's that many good teams.
I'm not saying that there's that many good teams. I'm
Like
saying
there's
this is what I
four in
think
each.
they're going to
There's
do.
four in the American League,
Yeah, and then
and there's
even
five in the NL.
four is a stretch for the American League. They're all
Well,
streaky.
well, four, yeah, but like the NL, you have Philly, Milwaukee, the Dodgers, Padres, and if you want to buy on the Cubs as well. But do we need to see three other shitty teams make it in? I don't think so. I don't want to watch and then say it's the Cinderella story, blah blah blah. No, it's so often it's not. And I don't feel like we're taking spots away, but if your team isn't good enough, your team isn't good enough.
I think the playoffs system is perfect the way it is. I like the way it
Yeah.
is with six teams.
But if
I'm
we're
not saying
realigning it, we
I
do need to
want
change
an
it.
expansion. I'm just saying that's what I think they're going to do. Because at the end of the day, for Manfred, all the people around him, it's about money, bringing in more money. How do you do that? Well, it is expansion, and it is expanding the playoff format.
That's too long.
I
I don't think
agree. I
this will take
The thing is,
way
I
too long.
agree with you. I'm just saying what I think's going to happen.
I honestly, I actually think my case for playing less games goes up if they expand. Because there's just not enough time to play all these games and expand the playoff form and expand the regular season. Like,
Start the playoffs
honestly,
like mid-September.
huh?
Start the playoffs mid-September.
I don't, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. I just, to me, just look, play less games. You will make the same amount of money because people are going to start watching your games more. I don't, I hate the argument. People always say, oh, well, if you want to make more money, you got to play more games. I don't really think so. I don't think so that much. From a league perspective, you don't. From a team perspective, yeah, you do. But that's a good thing. Make these teams have to make the playoffs to make money.
Hmm.
Like what? Like, Keenan, are there more than eight teams that can win the World Series this year?
No, but are
So then
there
why are
many
there more
years
than
where
eight
that
teams making the
is the thing,
playoffs?
though?
So then why are there more than eight teams making the playoffs? Like I just don't get it. I make it a smaller playoff format, please. Rob Manfred, if you're listening, make two Western divisions and two Eastern divisions. The top two play each other in the division. All right? Or if you want to get exotic, reseed it based on record. But the top two make it in, they play each other, and then you play the World Series. You go from the DS to the CS, and then da 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 da. We play the World Series, and it's over. All right? Start from the Elite Eight and work your way in. Don't make us do the stupid 12-team crap. It's dumb. I don't because even then, like a team like the 2021 Blue Jays doesn't even make the playoffs.
And you're fine with that going back? Like they were a good team.
They were Keenan. They were
Like
great.
them and the Mariners under the four team, under the five team, they didn't even make it. You're fine with having years like that?
Yeah, because there were also really good teams as well. Like it's okay. It's okay for good teams to miss the playoffs. That's okay. We don't need to like get every team that's 10 games above 500 in there. I don't like it. Like Keenan, I love playoff baseball as much as everybody else does, but some of the teams that we've seen in there have sucked. Like some of them
Mhm.
are really bad.
But some of those were just the Central Division winners, though.
I know. I know, like they're bad too, but also like the third wild card teams haven't been great. Like even Baltimore sucks in the playoffs. Like they're a hard watch.
Yeah, that's a weird situation because they'll do really good in the regular season.
They're a hard. They are always a hard watch.
They were a very hard watch the last 2 years. What was it? One combined run in 4 games or something?
And even like I mean, even the NL Central has been fun to watch. Like the Brewers were a great watch last year. Like
Yeah.
I would much rather see people say, "Oh, well then there's no intensity." No, every game matters more. That's why you can have less of them. That's why you can have less games is because people are going to be watching them. It's okay. Like I don't understand this need to try and compete with the NFL and all that. Like you should be trying to condense. If I'm Major League Baseball, I'm condensing my schedule so I don't have to compete with the NFL. Like I'm sorry, as soon as the NFL starts and like it's August 22nd, in a month they're dominating the news cycle. So why are you trying to compete with that? Shorten your schedule. Start the playoffs in fucking at the end of August, okay? And start earlier. Or do whatever you have to do. I don't care because traveling is going to be a lot easier if you realign. But realign so that you're more competitively positioned. Because guess what? In August and early, you're the only game in town. Literally, you're the only game in town. You're competing with the fucking WNBA, okay? And like European soccer. You are the only game in town. This is a major opportunity for all these owners to get together and realize we can be the most relevant sport in America again. For in a big time month. We can do this, guys. Let's put our brains together. Really annoying that they don't do this, but I get it. I get it, but like, what's with the desire to compete with these teams? Like teams have played Keenan right now. Teams have played about 130 games.
We know who the playoff teams are, give or take
Well,
one or two
so
at this point.
teams have played about 130 games, but with good scheduling and a shortened spring training. And, teams being aligned better geographically, they could have played 100, probably 45 by now.
You don't even need to like compact the schedule that much. You could just reduce the games played to 120 if you wanted to.
120 wouldn't happen.
No, I'm not saying it would happen. I'm just
I
saying like
think
instead of
140 could
condensing
happen.
the schedule that much,
140 could happen.
I wouldn't mind 140. See, like even if they do keep the calendar the same way it is, like March to October, the playoffs start in October.
I'd get rid of October.
You don't want to see any games in October.
Well, I'll watch any game, but for the good of baseball, like, what does playing in October do for baseball?
Not much, but what does outside of this August, what does any month do for it?
No, but my whole point is like they're competing with more. You like the longer the Major League Baseball season goes on, the longer you're competing with other like the closer you're to competing with other leagues,
Mm-hmm.
right? Look, I think they should condense it. That's just my whole point here is just get this done quick as you can. Just get the. I don't want to get the year done, but I think 140 games is ideal. And I think if you're the players' union and you can see the train of a salary cap and floor coming, this is your trade-off. Is say, okay, you want to cap our earnings, then we don't want to play as much. We don't want to play as many games, which is a pretty fair argument because guess what? When management says we're going to start capping how much money you can make, well, you say, well, I'm going to cap how much I'm working, right? Like, why would I want to play the same amount of games when I can earn less money? How does that make sense? So do 140 games to March to September because right now, they're the only ticket in towns, and these games don't really matter. These games are let's slog through them. These games should be the intense, back and forth divisional matchups. They're not listening. They don't care.
Yeah, I just don't think
There's a higher chance of them going to 175 games than 140.
that would be worse. That would be much.
That would suck.
That
It's
would be
hard
awful.
enough as
You
it
don't
is.
need that many games. You're just
It's
going to
hard enough
increase
as it is.
injuries at that point if you're having pitchers throw an extra 3 games a year. Um, yeah, unfortunately, as much as I would like to see the schedule drop a couple of games, there's no path for it. I don't see it being
I
brought up.
I do see the path for it. I think if you expand and you realign, that's the path.
Okay, I like the optimism.
That's the path. It's there.
I just don't know if owners want to do that. They've this hasn't ever been anything that's been brought up though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but a salary cap's been unthinkable.
Yeah,
so long. So again, that's if I'm the players union, I'm saying okay,
you
put
have
a
your
cap
argument.
on our
Yeah.
earnings, and we're not playing 162. We'll play 120 and then settle for 140. But
Well, here's hoping. We're gonna keep this rolling a little bit. ESPN has gotten the MLB TV games package now. It'll be streamed on ESPN instead of Sunday Night Baseball. They also have full rights for the Twins, Guardians, Padres, Rockies, and Diamondbacks. Those five teams have just become irrelevant because ESPN does not care about baseball,
well, no one watches those teams anyways, except for the
except for the Padres and occasionally the Diamondbacks.
good offensive baseball. But look, I'd rather ESPN on it than fucking FanDuel. So good for them.
Yeah, we're gonna see Stephen A. Smith talking about
No, and
baseball again.
look, I have no desire for baseball or any sport that matters to be on ESPN.
Yeah, they don't care about anything other than basketball and football.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah,
Because
that's fine. If that's your market, you got to stick to that. Stop
ESPN is just
trying to get hockey and
sorry.
baseball games.
ESPN is just a highlight clip factory of people like who don't know sports. Like all of their good analysts have either left or just get shouted down.
Yeah,
Like when I have to hear Marcus Spears and Kendrick Perkins talk, I want to kill myself.
ESPN is a shouting match. It's not who's right,
No, 100%.
not the actual analyst. It's just who can yell louder and say
Yeah,
the
their only good
wildest
program is
thing.
NFL Live.
Yeah,
But again, that like I have to listen to Marcus Spears, Kendrick Perkins, and Stephen A. Smith, who are probably three of the dumbest individuals on planet Earth.
yeah.
And Skip Bayless was horrible too. Bayless, do you remember Will Kane? Will Kane sucked when he was there too. Everybody's bad over there. Like it's.
That's the plan. They
I
just
do
want
really,
clicks. They don't
and they
want to
got
be
rid of
right.
Zach Lowe. They got rid of Zach Lowe. It just so hard to listen to.
ESPN's not about being right. It's about the attention.
That is also true.
Like we're talking about how much these guys suck. That's what they want.
I know, but like at least Richard Jefferson's good for their basketball coverage. He's good. I like Richard Jefferson.
Yeah. We got a couple of call-ups in the MLB. Bubba Chandler finally called up to the MLB, but the Pirates decided to throw him into the bullpen, which is odd for someone
So
who's been the top
stupid. No, it's
starting.
stupid. It's not odd, Keenan. It's stupid.
Yeah, you're right. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Like this guy has been the top pitching prospect in MLB since Roki Sasaki's eligibility was gone.
He
Like,
honestly might be better than Roki Sasaki.
and exactly that. He's possibly better. Sure, his numbers have been bad the last month, but he's openly been pitching angry. He's been upset about the organization's malpractice with him, so he's pitching pissed off.
Yeah,
No one
and
does good.
honestly, I don't think he has a reason to be happy now because he's getting
No,
flexed to the bullpen. It's a slap in the face.
it is. It's literally just saying, hey, look, we don't want you, but we'll do this because we have to.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what they're doing with Bubba Chandler. I hope that they come to their senses and realize he's a starting pitcher.
Yeah,
Like
well, this should have been. They called him up today, and he should have started today. The Rockies are in town. There's no other team you'd want your
he
first
should have
start to
started
be.
the season up there, Keenan. Like what?
He should have been up at many points throughout the year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't understand what they're doing. I'm not going to attempt to understand the way they're handling Bubba Chandler.
No, there's no point. It's the Pod. Why do I keep saying Pod? It's the Pirates. It's the Pirates. Tampa Bay. The Rays have also called up their top prospect, Carson Williams, who will actually be playing at his proper position
What?
right beside Junior Caminero.
You can do that?
Shocker. An organization knows how to treat their prospects and
Oh
young
my God.
players.
Wow.
Yeah, playing
I mean, he's a good
shortstop
player
instead of
still. He can run a little bit. He's got a good slash line.
yeah,
Got
good,
some power.
great power, great glove. Playing right beside Caminero, that could be an amazing one-two
Was he a
punch in
top
the middle
50
of the lineup.
prospect or was he close?
I think he was like top 20, give or take.
Top 20.
So
Okay, wow. The Rays have
he's
another really good player. Great.
it's Tampa Bay. I wouldn't expect anything else. Orioles, they recently called up Samuel Basallo, saw a week of him and decided they're going to give him an 8-year, $67 million deal, 88 and a half based upon awards and playing time.
Wait, sorry. Playing time specifically at catcher. That's an
Okay,
important detail.
specifically at catcher. This is a weird one. I would be all over it. Yeah, you're paying your young guy before the price becomes too high, locking him down at a cheap so you can spend money elsewhere. But you've called up 5 or 6 guys who have played there for a couple years, have proven themselves to be MLB players, all stars. I think both Rushman and Henderson have silver sluggers, and you haven't spent a dime on them.
Yeah, I think Adley Rutschman has a right to feel slighted.
I think anyone who's been there for a couple years does, because they should have been
Specifically
locked.
Adley because it's his position.
Yes, 100%.
I don't know why I haven't heard of him storming into the GM's office, throwing a chair, and saying, "Trade me right fucking now."
It'll happen, but this.
I don't like seriously. This is one of the most disrespectful moves I can remember an organization doing. We're
It
calling
is their whole thing the past couple of years was Rushman and Henderson and finally having 2 core players to build around, and you're not building around them. You're letting them probably walk in a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't like the Henderson thing. Henderson's never had a down year. He's been amazing every year.
Yeah, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah, I don't understand why you're not saying, "Hey, we'll give you like the Bobby Witt contract. You want that?" Like that's
You're showing teams that you can spend money,
I
and they're
know it's
choosing not to.
well, and it's just a slight because if they are negotiating with Henderson and Rutschman, they're saying, "Well, why is this guy who's been with us a week getting his deal done?" That doesn't make sense. He hasn't been through the hard times like we have. He doesn't have the playoff experience that we do, good or bad.
The
I
only
would
thing I
feel
could
slighted. I
say,
would just feel slighted.
I would feel slighted if I were in their situation. The only thing I could say is Basalo just took the first offer, and the other guys
No, no,
are
no.
actually
He's
negotiating.
he's too good he's too good of a prospect to not have a good agent who would
Yeah,
rather you
but
know.
it was very fast and very cheap. Like 67 million as a floor. You waited a year, that's 100 at
Yeah.
least.
No, true.
So there is just that he just wanted to stay. Could have been first offer situation, keep me here. But regardless, that's not the first signing that needed to happen. You
No,
needed to
it's
focus
the last piece of
everything.
business you
Yes,
can do.
you
You can
had time.
you can touch this in the off season and his value will not go that much higher or lower.
No, you had time to negotiate with him. Yeah, Rushman's
Yeah, nothing
back
but
is
time.
down right now, but
Yeah,
Henderson's
it's a joke.
price tag's only going up. Who knows
Oh,
if Jackson Holiday
well,
puts it together, what his price tag is going to be too.
simply by signing Basallo, the price tag for Henderson and Rutschman goes up because of how
Yes.
pissed off they're going to be. Like the Orioles just negotiated against themselves. It was pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I wouldn't use brilliant, but
Brilliantly stupid, sorry.
yeah.
It's they're something, aren't they?
They are. Look, this is a reason why they've been a very awful organization in the last 20 years because of moves like this.
It's just embarrassing.
It
It's
is.
at a certain point, Keenan, it becomes embarrassing for this organization that a couple years ago we thought was in like, is this the best situation in baseball?
Are they turning the
Like,
corner?
no, it was if you were a GM, where would you want to go? And it's Baltimore,
Yeah.
and now it's all over.
Well, the general manager probably will get fired this offseason because he's openly admitted to doing a bad job. He's literally said,
Which, by
I
the
did,
way, why are you doing that?
yeah, you don't say that. And the fact that he still has a job is insane. But he said he openly came out and said he messed up in the offseason and then also said he messed up at the trade deadline.
The thing is, though, he did. He
He did.
did.
Everyone knows it, but you don't say that.
I know, I know. Look, I hate accountability. I hate taking accountability as much as the next guy. But like,
You
come on.
like for your whole thing is your own job. You have to find your own way to make up for your mistakes, not admit and then do nothing.
I know.
Like you're done. Like your job's done, and you're gonna struggle to get another general manager job. But we're gonna keep this rolling because we've talked about the Orioles enough. Evan Carter's season is likely done with a fractured wrist. I think
Disappointing.
this is the second straight year he's lost due to injuries,
I believe so.
which is tough because he was so good for their run in 2023.
He's a stud.
But the best ability is availability. If you don't have that, you're not.
I Yeah, but I struggle to pin any of Texas' struggles on him.
No, 100%.
You know.
It's everyone else on the offense as well. But it sucks to see such a young player just lose year after year due to injuries.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Like we're both really excited about him and White Langford, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. I still am. They still could be something great, but you just need to see him on the field a little more. Victor Robles trying to get back on the field. He was rehabbing down in AAA. I'm not sure if you watched the video of this,
I have not.
but it
I
was
think something.
pretty entertaining. He got hit by 5 pitches and 15 at bats during a rehab. After the last one, which he swung at the pitch that hit him, He then threw his bat at the pitcher and charged the mound. Is crash out of the year. Like genuinely yelling at the pitcher, had to get held back, immediately tossed, went
That's
to the dugout, started throwing sunflower seeds onto the field, got a 10-game suspension. I've never seen anything like this. Like
Keenan. That's pretty incredible. So he was hit 5 times.
5 times.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta say he's a better man than me. I would have rushed after the third time. I'm fucking rehabbing down here. What are you assholes doing to me? Like
I,
that's
I was reading something like 2 or 3 of them were from the same pitcher too,
yeah,
which
that's
is
intentional.
the
That's
guy who they threw the bat at.
yeah. Well, fair enough. That's so
But
stupid.
I would have expected to see this in an MLB game before a AAA game.
Honestly, but given the circumstances, I get it.
I get it, but at the same time, I also get the suspension. You can't do
Oh
that.
no, 100%. Look, you can't do what he did. You can't like
Yes.
throw bats at people. I get that, but I get why he's crashing out and taking
Oh,
action like that.
I also get it, and I might do the same thing if I got hit 5 times in 15 at
On a
bats.
rehab assignment. On a rehab assignment.
Like you
Yeah,
have the
okay.
Tuesday, hey, this guy's in the MLB. Fuck him. Like just
Yeah.
throw
No,
it.
yeah.
Like,
That's that's pretty funny though. I can't even.
it is. Walker Bueller has finally been removed from the rotation and put into the bullpen. Kind of saw this coming with the way he's been pitching
We,
all year.
this is months too late.
It is months too
Months
late.
too late. Like
But yeah, Hart right in the heat of a wild card race, the Red Sox fighting for a position, fighting for um, home field advantage over the Yankees. You got to make this decision, and it's the right decision.
no, I agree. It's the right decision. It's also probably the end of Walker Bueller's major league career as a starter.
Yeah, unless it's to a bottom feeder team, like a bottom 10 team that's going to flip him at the deadline.
I would honestly, if I was him, just try and pitch out of a bullpen next year.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm saying if he's a starter, it's for a team that's going to sell.
No, I agree. I agree.
Craig Kimbrell, he's got himself another new team. It's the Houston Astros. This is another guy a guy whose career is definitely dwindling down. I don't see him pitching past this year if he even gets back to the MLB.
He's like putting on the 18th green of his career right now. Like
He is, and he's
he's about ready to
just
call it a
going.
day.
He's not in. He's not getting into the hole.
No, he needs to finish. I don't get why he's doing
Just
this.
wrap it up, buddy. There's people behind you. They're waiting.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I think it's over. I think I can confidently say I don't think Craig Kimbrell will pitch in more than 3 Major League Baseball games the rest of his career.
I thought he was going to retire after his last outing with the Braves. I thought that's
Also
why he
thought
signed there.
Yeah.
That felt like how it was going to be. Like, yeah, you guys brought me up. I played here for a couple years. Here's a nice little send off.
He just probably thinks he's an athlete who can still do it. So
Probably thinks he's still got it. I mean, why not though?
yeah, why not?
If
I
you
mean,
want
good,
to keep doing
good for
your thing,
him.
keep doing
Yeah,
it.
like good for Craig Kimbrell, but I don't think he's going to pitch meaningful games for the Houston Astros.
Chance. He might get one MLB game just so he's got another shot at a ring. Like he's not pitching in
Yeah,
postseason,
like
but it's literally just
he's not
we'll
pitching.
throw you out there for an inning. If we win it all, you get a ring. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, yeah. Let's roll into the pitching matchups. Last week, I had Jose Quintana and Andrew Abbott. One combined run between them, 11 strikeouts. I got the win because Jose Barrios did not pitch well for you at all. So you got one up on
Okay,
this.
yeah, Barrios kind of got shelled.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Jose Barrios right now. He's kind of a
That's
problem
fine.
for me, but
What are you talking
yeah,
about next
look,
week's?
you did have. I will say, even if he pitched really well, you probably still would have beaten me on Andrew.
Yeah,
Abbott.
it was a tough one to go up
I'll
against.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So you know, what? I'm actually happy I lost. I'm happy I lost.
Who do you got this week?
This week I have a matchup that would have been great about 7 or 8 years ago, but it's still good now. All right, it's Kyle Hendricks versus Jacob deGrom. 2 very opposite styles of pitching. That's gonna happen on Monday. We got little Angels and Rangers games. Again, would have been a great game 10 years ago, but I think the 2 old guys are gonna get it done for me. They're gonna turn back the clock.
Well, you got this going for you. The Rangers don't know how to hit a beach ball.
Yeah, and got a wily veteran out there with Hendricks. I think he'll be okay.
He might get some ground balls,
Yeah.
which is very Hendricks-esque.
Yeah. Who are you throwing out this week?
I got a bit of a bold. I think this is bolder because this is
Gold.
a division rival, Padres Dodgers. One of
Wow.
these guys might get ejected for hitting another batter because that's the way this series goes. Tyler Glasnow, Nestor Cortez might be their last starts of the season, injury prone. Um, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do.
I like Cortez and Glasnow that they're both healthy and pitching. I'm a bit worried one of them's going to leave with an injury.
Yeah, that it could be a 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, no runners on base, but we're not seeing him again this year.
Yeah, I mean, but there's the flip side where they both go seven and have like eight
That's
Ks
also
each.
true.
There's like there's the also it could also be like a buzzsaw game for both of them where
That's
you
also
just
very
can't figure
true.
them
You
out.
got to take these risks, though.
No. When it comes to the pitching matchups, you got to do what you got to do.
That was Quintana was a bit of a risk. That went well.
Quintana's very spotty. Yeah,
Very
that's
spotty, but it went well last week. We'll see if I'm doubling down. I'm at the
I
table. I'm
like I
doubling
like
down.
doubling down on the risk there. I like it.
I'm doubling down. Let's go into the standings.
Standings, yeah. I'll start with the American League East. We have the Toronto Blue Jays at 74 and 54. And right now, Shane Bieber's making his return back. I believe we are in the top of the sixth. He's only given up one run. It was a solo home run to Sanchez, I think, on the Marlins, but looking pretty good so far. Eric
Seven
Lauer,
strikeouts and five, and that's the only hit. 7 strikeouts and five, and one hit, no walks.
yeah, he's
Talk about a debut.
he's back. And Eric Lauer was available to the bullpen this weekend. That's the big news. Is Lauer was the one who kind of got flexed out. We'll see if they end up having him pitch or start again, and if they want to go like through with six guys, one or two times next time through the rotation, we'll see. But at a certain point, I expect an announcement from John Schneider saying, "Look, here's the rotation the rest of the year. Here's who's going to be starting the playoff games. Here's why it's happening." I just think you need clarity, but we'll see what happens with that. The Yankees are 69 and 58, and they're in a bit of a wild card dogfight right now. Like they've played pretty well the past 10 games or so, but they're not a lock to make the playoffs. The Red Sox right behind them, 69 and 59. Getting rid of Bueller should just add wins to that team anyways. They've been so good since they got rid of Devers. I wonder if maybe he was the problem. The Rays, 61 and 67. They'll play 500 ball down the stretch somehow and get good experience for Chandler Simpson, who we love, friend of the show. And the Orioles, 59 and 68. Absolutely shitting the bed.
Yeah. Yankees. The Boston Red Sox are in town, and they pulled out a recent Yankee performance, allowing or putting up 4 errors in a 6-3 loss.
That's Yankee. That's horrible.
That's 2025 Yankees for you.
That's horrible. That's horrible. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing.
This does not happen under Jeter.
Well, no, Jeter would be the one making the errors on the field because he made a lot of errors. Jeter, no, he wasn't good at playing shortstop. I'm sorry.
No, I know. I'm just talking about as a leader.
Okay, yeah,
You
yeah.
would not let this go.
Yeah, hey,
Like
but
this does not happen.
a lot of balls went through under Jeter.
He's like if Jeter's in that dugout, he's going out there. He's dragging Volpe off the field.
Okay, I love how like a month ago you and I were like that we shouldn't be so mean to Anthony Volpe, and now you're on the and now you're spinning the fucking roast of the guy. Like,
I'm just saying what Jeter would do. Am I that incorrect?
yeah, Jeter's done great with the Marlins. A lot of accountability in that organization. There's a lot of accountability out
He did
there.
his job. He did his job. He gave the Yankees Giancarlo Stanton for
He
nothing.
did do that shit. You're
He
right.
did his job.
Right. Forgot. Yeah, this division. Oh my god, so fun, isn't it?
It's always a fun division. You don't know who's placing where unless the Orioles are bad and you can pencil them into the fifth spot. National League East. Phillies are starting to run away with this. They've got 7 games on the Mets. They're 74 and 53. The Mets slumping 67 and 60. They've got a half game on your Cincinnati Reds right
I'm
now.
a bit scared of whether the Mets are going to make the playoffs now. Like
Can you like if they lose out to the Reds, are you that upset though?
me personally, no, because I love
Yeah.
the Reds and I think they're a team that under this
They deserve to play in October.
under this woke everybody makes the playoff rules. They're a great playoff team. But no, like look, I love the Mets. I think they're a great team, but I just don't understand why they've been so bad the past 2.5 months. They've been bad. So Really
Look,
embarrassing.
yeah,
But the Reds
I
are
love
kind of
it.
coming on now. The Reds are
I
kind of
love it.
coming on.
I love it. The Mets faltering, stumbling right before they crossed the finish line. Miami, on the other hand, they peaked. They're 60 and 67 now. We know who they are. Atlanta, 58 and 69, turning it on a little too late, 8 and 2 in their last 10. Michael Harris has been the best hitter since
Who
the All-Star
fucking
break,
cares?
but
Who
he was
fucking
the
cares?
worst hitter before the All-Star break. Genuinely the most bipolar season I've ever
Right. As
seen.
soon as the games don't matter, Michael Harris is good.
It's like he has like a 1200 OPS since the All-Star break. Where was this like the first 3.5 months of the year?
Honestly, Keenan, you've been so bad it wouldn't have mattered.
No, 100%. It's just frustrating.
And I understand that, but hey, once Snicker's fired, you can move on.
Retires. They're not going to fire him. I like
I don't. I think you're so wrong about this.
it's going to be a forced retirement.
Okay, I'm gonna quote. I'm gonna remember that though. I'll move to the L Central where the Tigers are 76 and 53, quietly having a really good stretch as they always are. Watch out for the Royals, guys. They're 66 and 62, only 2 games back of a wild card spot. That should terrify the Seattle Mariners, who are not playing very well. We'll get to them later. The Guardians 64 and 62. Somehow they're above 500. I don't understand. The Twins 58 and 69 following the fire sale. They're playing exactly as you'd expect them to play. Not very good on either end of the diamond. And the White Sox are, I don't even want to say it, 45 and 82.
45 and
30
80.
games back.
The Royals, they're going to be fun to watch down the stretch because if Calganon will come back from his injury, and if he figures it out, they could threaten the Mariners for that last, or whoever's in that sixth
Or even
seed.
the Mariners could jump the Yankees or Red
Yeah, I
Sox.
was going to say whoever's in that sixth seed at the end because
Yeah.
they're not taking the division. It all depends on how Caglianone's bat's doing because they're struggling with just Perez's bat being inconsistent,
Yeah.
Witt
Well,
having an amazing
look,
bat.
the White Sox have scored more runs than they have.
Yeah, exactly. They need hitting. Oh, it's one run, but regardless,
It's still
that should
more.
not be the line
They have
of.
the Royals have had probably one of, if not the best pitching staff in the American League.
Are they? Yeah, 490 runs allowed.
What are you
Like,
doing here?
come
And
on.
they're not even in the wild card spot. Like the
And
offense,
they
but the
traded
offense is
for.
that bad. Like the offense is that bad.
I'm pretty sure they made more trades for pitching at the deadline than hitting.
Yep. If they just followed my plan of getting Cedric Mullins, they'd be in the.
Look what's happened to the Mets, though.
That's not Cedric's fault. He's coming into a bad spot here with the Mets. Okay, it's not Cedric. Can't be blaming Cedric for that.
No, I know. All right, NL Central, Milwaukee Brewers. They're running away with this one as well. The divisions are starting to be spread out a little bit. I think it was 14 straight games, 14 straight wins in a row before losing three straight to the Chicago Cubs for like the first time since the middle of May. This team, they're a lock for the playoffs. They're 80 and 48. But the question is, and always will be, can they figure it out in October? We'll see in a couple months. Chicago, 73 and 55. Kyle Tucker, it's been announced he's been playing through a finger fracture since June. That makes sense for his slump.
You can
Doesn't
tell.
answer why
You
PCA
can tell
is
he's playing through a
awful.
finger fracture. By the way, you can tell.
Yeah. They didn't even announce that. They just said, "Hey, we're gonna rest him," and people were like, "Why?" Oh, he's hurt.
Yeah. Hey, Cubs guys, we can tell.
Yeah, we knew. You should have done this when you guys were rolling, and now you have to bench him or sit him and rest him while you're fighting for the playoff spot. Cincinnati, 67 and 61, still have not been swept this year. Are they turning it on?
I think simply by hanging around and watching the Mets capitulate, that might be how they turn it on. That
Yeah.
might just be the safest thing to do is just, boys, if we can go 8 or 9 games above 500, these guys are going to crumble. We're good.
They've won 7 straight series. They haven't lost since the Dodgers were in town. No surprise there. Dodgers are an amazing team. If you keep doing that, the wins are just going to keep coming, and you're going
I know,
to.
Keenan, I really believe in this team, especially when they're at home.
They're, yeah, 36 and 29 at home. Road record's fine. It's one game worse than the Dodgers. What are you going to do? Playing 500 ball on the road. St. Louis, 64 and 65. They're just hovering, doing whatever the Cardinals do. Pittsburgh,
Though they were in it for a bit.
they were in it for a bit, but it might be a little bit out of their reach. but
Oh, it's way out of
crazier
their
things
reach.
have happened.
Way out of their reach.
Yeah, I also said they would be a bottom five team, so I'll be a little tentative here.
But hey, they're doing better than the Braves, who I think you picked to
They
like.
are doing better than the Braves, so I cannot chirp them that much. Pittsburgh, they're not doing better than the Braves because they can't hit, so they called up a pitcher. They're 54 and 74.
Don't shit on the Bubba Chandler move. They needed to call him
No,
up.
I had to sneak a joke in there.
That's good. I like that. No, that was good. I'll move to the AL West. The Astros are at 70 wins with 58 losses, atop the division. But the Mariners are 2 games back, but neither of them are playing great. No one's playing like they want to win that division right now. The Rangers, after buying and having a really weird deadline, where I said best case is they sneak in as the third wild card. Guess what? They're not going to. They're like 6 games back at 63 and 66. This season was a lost year for them. They had such great pitching, but the offense was just that bad, and they also just couldn't really win close games, which is not really a hallmark of a Bruce Bochy team. Normally, they're able to win close games with good pitching.
Yeah, well, their
So
problem is they
really,
don't have a closer.
well, I don't think I will not throw the pitcher under the bus here.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just in terms of close games. An
Yes,
elite
okay,
closer
true.
does change that.
You're right. You're right. The Angels 61 and 66, a very competitive team according to their GM, followed by the Athletics, bottom 59 and 70. Man, they can hit. Man, they can't pitch.
I saw a neat fact. Do you know who leads the MLB in home runs since the All Star break?
Nick Kurtz,
Shea Langoliers with
Shea
16.
Langoliers. Wow.
16 home runs since the All Star break. Kurtz, I think, is tied for second. No
Okay.
surprise there.
He's been ripping.
But
He's
look,
been ripping.
like you said, this team can hit.
They just cannot pitch.
There will be some fireworks in Vegas, but that might be from their pitching as well, throwing meatballs. But fun team to watch. I hope they get some pitching. Also,
Oh, we all do.
500
We all
on the
do.
road, surprisingly.
Really?
33 and 33 on the road.
Well, hey, it's the Sacramento effect, Keenan.
It kind of is. Like, let's be honest. Playing
No,
in a minor league park, they don't have the best facilities. But
The best facilities. They don't have any facilities. They have the worst facilities.
them and the Rays, yeah, not good.
Luis Severino was suicidal.
Yeah, he chose to go there though. I
That's
don't
true.
feel any sympathy.
That's true.
for
Hey, Keenan, let's not victim blame.
him. All right.
I bet you Severino thought like, well, it can't be that bad, and it was that bad.
It's like it's the capital city. How bad can it be? It's like, yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
Okay, I would bet you $1 million he had no idea it was the capital city of California.
His agent probably told him, and he's like, "All right, I'll go there."
That sounds scarily accurate.
It's so stupid. NL West. Dodgers 73 and 55. Padres 72 and 56. Dodgers swept them in LA. They've got their last 3-game series this weekend. Probably decides the division. Dodgers have the tiebreaker, but if the Padres sweep, that's a 2-game swing. The Dodgers sweep. They have 4 on the Padres. Probably ends it right there with 1 month left, but that is must watch baseball. There you go. You got a couple of must watch games in August.
Love that.
Arizona, though, they're out of it, 62 and 66. The offense is still rolling, but the pitching is still crumbling. Giants, 61 and 67. They still suck since bringing in Rafael Devers. And the Colorado Rockies are 37 and 91. By the time we record next week, they might be eliminated from the playoffs.
They were eliminated from the playoffs, Keenan. The second a pitch was thrown this season.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying, like, have an
Mathematically,
official
yeah.
E beside their name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which is always a nice touch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, kind of a weird division this year when it looked like 4 teams were all going to compete, and then the Diamondbacks and Giants just faded.
The Diamondbacks, we saw it coming with the way they pitched. The Giants tried to buy. And then fell
Yeah, the Giants,
That's a weird one.
were just not really great at anything. Like,
No.
and honestly, a very old team.
That's the Giants' way.
I know, but it's like there's not an amazing rotation. There's not a great offense. Everything's just pretty good to okay, and
Because
they just
they're-
hope they get hot.
They're like, we've got this one guy, and everyone else is okay.
Yeah, well, they got Willie Adames still, like that. That's
Logan
not
Webb.
right. You know, like it's okay. It's just weird. I just don't know, like, what is Buster Posey cooking?
I trust him. I don't trust the people around him, though.
That's a very fair comment.
Like, I think that's the best way to put it. Wild card race with 1 month left. I think there's two teams on the outside looking in that could make some damage. It's the Royals and the Reds, one per conference.
Whoa, one per
Otherwise,
league. Whoa, league, not
oh, whoa, sorry. You're
Whoa,
right. League. It's
hey,
still a league.
I
I
agree.
don't see
I agree with those
anyone else.
takes. Who's more likely to make the playoffs, though, the Royals or the Reds?
Reds.
Is that okay? You think the Mets just capitulate and fall apart?
Well, I'm also going with the fact they haven't been swept all year. Like they
Shoot,
take
and
a
they'll
game
be in
from
it.
you.
They'll be in it.
It
The Reds are
doesn't matter who it is. They take at least one game from you.
I like that. No, I like that.
They fight,
Good
and
choice.
they're led by Terry Francona.
I would follow
He's
Terry Francona
going,
to the gates of hell.
yeah, he's going to lead them to the promised lands, which is hosting one playoff game and
Yeah, I
making
was
the
gonna say,
playoffs.
what's the promised land for
Yeah,
Cincinnati?
that's a
Like,
Cincinnati
okay,
promise.
okay, as long as hey, just appreciate you giving me the heads up there.
They'll somehow be that sixth seed that wins the series and then get swept in the divisional round, so they can have one playoff game at home.
I like that.
That sounds like what's going to happen with the Reds.
That's the Terry Francona classic.
It is, but
He's borrowed
hey,
that strategy from his time in Cleveland.
he led them to the World Series though, so
He did.
it was obviously a better team. But I trust him when it comes to October.
Absolutely 100% agree.
Should we end it there, or is there
I think we ended
anything
there. Let's
else?
end it positive. We love Terry Francona.
We love Terry Francona. We love the Reds. Very positive towards the Reds.
Great vibes all around here.
End it on that note, and see you all next week.